love together, motivate some other people. So, Japan recently ended its interest rate, low interest rate um, policy. So, about 30 years. So, the Bank of Japan ended its, zero interest rate policy, which is pretty much where people would borrow money at a lower interest rate and invest in different assets, like stocks and some crypto and different things like that, bonds, um, so that they can, they could make more money from using that. But recently, Japan has, uh, you know, increased their interest rate, and because of that, remember guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's love together. Let's go. So because of that, you know, some investor, they have to do something called yen carryover, or yen carry trading. So pretty much it's where investors were able to borrow the yen at a low interest rate, or below, very low interest rate, um, minus, and they will use that money to pretty much buy, some stocks, things like that, like what we discussed. um, and then because of this now, um, the borrowers, they have to start paying back the money that they invested. So in order to pay it back, right, they have to sell their more riskier asset, right? So they could pay back these interest rate, because it can become more costly for them. So how does this affect, you know, things like XRP? This can affect the XRP because, people may have to sell some of their XRP to um to offset some of and start repaying their loans. Remember guys, like, share, subscribe. Let's all up together. Let's go. So they start repaying their loans, and when that happens, um, it can make the XRP. Who's that? Real yesterday. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the live. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's go. Level up together. Let's go. Can I tell you something? Let's go. Sure. All right. So, that can make it. Some people sell some of their. Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's love together. Let's go. Jesus loves you. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, He loves us. I live in Arizona. Okay, Arizona in the building. Let's go. What about you? I live in CT right now. Let's go. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Let's go. Live it up together. So, with the the XRP, it could, go down temporarily because, um, as I said, because of the yen carry trade, where people have to sell some of their shares, and it can affect the market like that. Who's that? Shout out from Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Let's go. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Let's level up together. Let's go. So, um, potential, counter to help for XRP is that, the utility recently. Before I go there, let's go here. So recently, um, Ripple, um, had established partnership with, SBI Holding, which is one of Japan's largest financial company, and because of that, it makes Japan one of the top, country to be able to have the XRP, and to have impact with how it moves, right? Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's level up together. Let's go. So, because of the demand, XRP could be, it can start increasing the price because it may be more demand on it, especially because they start incorporating more of those into their payment processes in Japan. So that could definitely increase the XRP and make it go to a lot more than what it is right now. However, you know, for the time being right now, it's a little bit volatile because they recently raised the interest rate, which haven't changed, which wasn't changed for the last 30 years or so. So this is something that um, that takes place sometimes. So we definitely want to make sure that we are being have a risk management, all those things. But with that being said, guys, we definitely want to look at the potential for what XRP could become, right? Remember to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Let's level up together. Let's go. So XRP, thank you for the likes. I see the likes, the hearts. Um, so if you look at XRP right now, right, it's at about $1.95, right? So if XRP goes up, right? If XRP goes up, if you buy XRP right now at $1.95, right? If you buy that $95 and you say you buy 100 share of XRP, right? 100 of those, right? That's gonna be 100. It's gonna cost you about $195, right? To buy about 100 shares of XRP right now, right? As I'm recording this. Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's live up together. Let's motivate some more people. Let's go get this out there. So it'll be cost you about $195 to get 100 of those. And for if XRP goes up to $100, just $100, right? You'll be sitting on 19,500, right? Just from just investing $195, you could potentially get $19,500, right? That's just by you spending $195 for 100 shares of XRP. If you buy more, obviously, you could get more, you could have a lot more money. But if you just buy 100, you could definitely have um, a lot more increase. You could definitely increase your money. But I bring that up to say that because of what's happening in the Japan end of this trade, and because of the potential of what, remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's level up together. Let's go. Because of the potential of what could happen with XRP, because Japan has pretty much incorporated its payment processes. You could definitely potentially see a significant, increase, because if they recently did this change, um, then people could start adapting it into their payment process. And one of the reasons why it can be beneficial, because it kind of bypass, you don't have to pay a lot of the it's basically cheaper to send the money, like the yen, versus using the traditional way. So I guess it will bypass a lot of the fees that most people have to pay. So that's a plus for the XRP. And it was just something that, remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's love up together. Let's go. So yeah, so that's something that we want to definitely look at. It will make it a little bit more. It will make it faster to send money globally and convert into yen. So which will bypass slow, some of the banking system, which can be a little bit slower. So yeah, we definitely want to make sure we look into this if we're XRP and potentially investing in it, because you can make a decent amount of money from it if it moves um, by a decent amount. But I'll recommend, you don't want to put you want to put money where you're not where that you're willing to risk, because these things is not 100% guaranteed right now. But um, if you could risk $195, um, then to make 19,000, then I would say that doesn't sound bad. I'm not giving a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You trade at your own risk, do your own research, all those good things. But if you get right now, XRP's $1.95. Keep in mind, a few months ago, uh, it was at $3 and about 56 cents. So that's, if you do that math, right, $3 and 53 cents. I mean 56 cents times 100. If you get 100 of those, and if XRP say hit 100, that's 35,000, about 35,600 or so. And that's if it's, if it goes back to that $3.56. Keep in mind it could potentially go higher, so you could definitely make more if you have 100 shares with whatever amount you can buy. If you could buy $10, $5, you could still make your money, start making some money, right? You don't necessarily have to buy 100 shares, but if you want to, you could buy more or less, and you can still make your money, make money if it potentially if it goes up. Before that, before it hit the $3.56, right? It was about, let me see where it was. It was at about 50 cents, guys. It was at about 50 cents. So if you had bought XRP when it was at 50 cents, let's go 50 cent times, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Let's level up together. Let's go. Motivate some more people. If you bought, say, 100 shares of XRP at 50 cents when it was at 50 cents, that would have cost you about $50, right? And it went up to $3 and about 56 cents, the high. So let's see, $50. Wait, let me do this calculation again. Sorry. It was about 50 cents, and you say you buy 100 shares, that will cost you about $50. And if those 100 shares turned into, wow, let me do this right here, 100. What are we talking? We're talking about XRP. 3. So it would have been. No, I'm going blank. It would have been about. Let's see like I'm going. Okay, I'm trying to figure. It would have been. Help me out. Let's go, guys. With the math out here, it would have been about 100. Six. It would have been a decent amount, right? Um, you would have made a decent amount on that just by spending 50 dollars on to get 100 shares when it was at 50 cents. But as you can see now, it's at from that time when it was at 50 cents, it went all the way up to about 350, 356. So that's a significant amount. So if XRP did something like that now, where it jumped from say $1.95 where it's at currently, um, and say because of this, the 30-year interest rate increase with Japan, and say it goes up to $50 or $100 or whatnot, that will be a significant amount of money that you could make from having a couple of XRP. So you make your money, start making money. Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's level up together. Let's go. Let me know if you guys trade XRP in the chat currently. Let me do another calculation. So XRP is definitely something I would say you want to look into to, start making your money, make some money with trading. So yeah, guys. So XRP could definitely increase in the future because of that integration of the into the Japanese, pretty much payment process. So we definitely want to keep an eye on that. And if you are willing to risk a certain, it could be $5, $10, something you could put into XRP. And if it has a significant amount of move, you could definitely make some money from XRP. So right now it says in the past, from that time, right, from 50 cent where it was at, it was, that's a significant amount of percent that it changed. So we definitely want to keep an eye on that on XRP, guys. And as I said, if you want to, willing to risk, it could be $5, $10 or something, or even $100 or whatnot. You could, if it increases, you could definitely see like what it did before. You could definitely see some increases. You could definitely see some changes. Significant amount of increase in what you're making your money, make money. So that's what it's about, guys. Making our money, make money, right? Not just sitting on our money and saving and putting in a regular savings account where it's barely making anything, right? We want to find ways where we could make our money, start making a decent amount of money. This is one of the way you guys could do that, is investing in things like this, stocks, sorry about that. Yeah, we want to invest in things like this, like stocks. I'm not a financial advisor. You want to do your own research, things like that. But we definitely want to. I'm just putting that disclaimer out there, so no people. If you make a decision, it's not on me. I'm just here sharing information, things like that. So that's one of the way, guys. You want to definitely look into XRP. Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's level up together. Let's go. Start making that money, make money. Um, Let me know if you guys are currently doing XRP, if you guys are trading any kind of crypto or anything like that. If you're doing a Bitcoin, any Ethereum, things like that. Let me know in the chat. Let's go. So this is historic, guys. Japan, the Bank of Japan hasn't done this in like about 30 years, so zero interest. A lot of people are taking advantage of that because they could borrow the money at a lower rate and they could use it to invest in other asset where they could make a lot more money, right? But now that they have raised the interest rate, now it can cost investors more. So some people have to, you know, they have to sell some of their riskier investment so they could start repaying their loan, right? And that's pretty much what the yen carry over, yen carry trade is. Um, so we definitely want to make sure that we are looking into these things and making our money make money, because it doesn't, just hoping that by working we're gonna make money. That's not how most wealthy people do it. They invest in assets, right? Things that's gonna make them money. This is a something that could potentially make you a decent amount of money, and we definitely want to look into that. Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's level up together. Let's go. Any of you guys trade XRP or any cryptocurrency, any Bitcoin, Ethereum, things like that? So now, as it relates to that, um, so in Japan, right, the Financial Services Agency, it basically classifies XRP as a cryptocurrency or crypto asset under its Payment Service Act, right? So it's not just a security. It's not just something that's just there. It's a crypto asset currency. Um, versus here right now in the States, it's not necessarily considered an asset, right? A crypto currency asset. So that's one of the reasons why. Another reason why, you know, XRP could explode and you can make a decent amount of money if you invest at the right time and do, make your money make money, right? So as I said, if you were to buy XRP right now, which is at about $1.95, and if you buy 100 shares of that, it will cost you about $195. Now, if XRP goes up to about $100, you make about 19,000 and change, right? But whatever you can invest, if you could invest $5, $10, and so on, you could still see a decent amount of money. You could see return on your money versus it not making anything, right? Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's level up together. Let's go. Um, Especially if you're just putting your money in a regular savings account, you may barely see any increase on that. So we definitely want to make sure we're looking at different avenues to make our money make money. Um, and we could make potentially a significant amount more money, right? So XRP, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Let's level up together. Let's go. We want to get some more people. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate the like. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for the like. So we definitely want to get into that. I have some XRP myself. Just holding on to it right now. So if it if it makes move like similar to what it did a couple of years ago, could make some money from it, some decent amount of money. Definitely probably gonna add some more to the XRP because of things like this. It's not necessarily quick win with this. Quick, what I mean by that quick, you don't necessarily want to think of like quick money. It's like a longer term, and you could one day you could wake up and it potentially could be at a significantly higher than where you bought it, right? So as I said, guys, definitely do your research, look into this, and see how you can, make a decent amount of money. I just explained how you can make a decent amount of money from it, but you can see if it's a right fit for you, right? Um, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Let's level up together. Let's go. If you guys want to be in a community where you're learning about things like this and like, stocks, options, stuff like that, type I'm in, and I could send you more information on that so we could all be in it together, and we be making our money make money and learning all those good things. Um, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Let's go. So that's what recently happened with the Japan. Them having the increase in the interest rate in that short period of time. I mean, over those time, over years, over the 30 years that it haven't really happened. So this is something that can definitely make XRP goals, increase, because as I said, they are putting it more into their payment processes. So if that happens, then more people would go in, and plus they also um, it can help to basically you know trade with payments faster, um, because it will kind of bypass some of the banking things like the fees and some of those things, so that it could be it could get to the market faster. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Let's level up together. Let's go. Let's go. Are you guys currently trading XRP, or are you into any crypto stocks? I mean, Ethereum, Bitcoin, things like that. Like I said, guys, if you only spend $100 on XRP where it's at right now, and you get 100 shares, I'm sorry, $195 on XRP right now, where it's at about $1.95, and you get 100 shares. Um, then if it goes to say $100, you could make at least thousands of dollars just from that $195 investment. But we want to think of this more like a longer term, not like a quick turnover, right? Because these are sometimes can take a while, right? For example, when it was at 50 cent, it wasn't that long ago, but that was about uh July, about 2024, right? It was about 50 cents or so. Um, and then by the following year, it actually went up significantly. So you never really know when it's going to necessarily go take off. But if you're willing to risk a certain amount of money that you have, um, that's an investment that you could see pay a lot more in the future, right? As far as how much money you could make from it. And I said, it's better than, in my opinion, it's better than just having it in a regular savings account where it's making 0.001% or something like that. At least you'll be making a significant more. You could potentially make more percent return by investing in assets, things like this, and stocks, bonds, you know, um, trading like option, things like that. And in this case, XRP. And it's not that much right now, so it's like what I thought is like crypto, right? When Bitcoin, I'm sorry, came out, it was like not that high, and look, Bitcoin is thousands of dollars now, right? So With that being said, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Let's level up together. Let's go for His glory. Peace. Let's go. Go.